I didn't do it by money order.
That's all right. You don't have to do it by money order. It's I can. Lucky you chose that. I can barely see. I don't know how you can even read that. She's written in like pale green ink.
Lisa helped me.
So hello, we are doing today the follow-up film as requested by some in the comments.
Apparently.
To see what... Should I change that angle? Lots of negative space over there.
Do you want us just to move the table?
Maybe I can, in post, that's where I can put the things.
Yeah, just up here.
So that's...
The magic of editing.
Yeah, exactly. So what we're doing today is Teresa here is... apparently the gifts that I suggested were the best gifts for any living human were, missing a sort of a subculture of people known as
50%,
known as women, apparently. So what she's doing today is going to help me complete the list. I guess making it a 20. Are these gifts for anyone?
Well, I think so.
Well,
the same way
as did I. So wow, what do they say? Women are from Omicron Persei age.
I have definitely bought you these things before.
Okay, so it's not all just bath bombs and stuff.
Again, I have bought you these things before.
Okay, interesting. All right, cool. So what we're doing is she's just going to go through her list of things, and I've not got any idea. And do you want me to react with a 10? Do you want to score them as we go?
Yeah, but I'm not going to do what you did and try and justify my thinking to change your mind.
Okay, cool.
Because you won't need that.
Really, that's confidence. I mean, I'm sure you'll...
This is like classic good gift giving.
Well, you heard it here first, folks, and I guess we'll see if it's true.
There was someone in the comments who basically...
I'm just looking at your tripod that you've made. Look at this. Hopefully a tripod is on the list. Look at that. That's a crock and a little pot and a phone for the other camera angle there.
This one's not much better.
No, I know. I don't know what I've done with my usual. So there we go. Get that negative space back there. Good. Righto, here we are.
All right.
Cool. So fire away, my dear.
So we're hitting it off with something I've already said in the last video, which is very obviously a Lush bath bomb or shower gel. What would you rate that out of 10? Maybe I will justify my decision a little bit.
For anyone...
as long as they have a bathtub, although everybody has a shower.
Yeah, as I said, that's not a reason for not liking it. All I'm saying is that unless you know Lush is good, it could be perceived as not much better than the classic Lynx grooming kit, or Axe body spray grooming kit you might have over there.
When you get Lush and it's wrapped, the smell comes out of the package.
It's true. It's nice stuff. It's good bath stuff. I'm going to give that. I like that stuff. Personally, I'd give it an 8, but I think for the common person, a 6.
Okay.
Yeah, better than average. 5 is not a bad gift. 5 is a gift. On this scale. So 5 is and the smile increases from 5 and it turns into a frown as you go below it. That's the scale we're looking at today.
So this one's another basic present that most people would enjoy.
So basic as in like a petrol generator basic, or?
More basic than a petrol generator. Wider audience than a petrol generator, because even diabetics like fancy chocolates. Your Haigs, your Lindt, your Charlesworth gift baskets.
That is painfully basic. And
have you ever got given a nice fancy food and gone, oh, terrible?
It wins massive points if it's tailored to your taste. Like, so say for me, I like ginger, right? So if it was like a ginger thing, I'd be like, oh, this person knows me. They've listened to me bang on enough that they've got me something I like. But if it's just a neutral, and I guess what is it? Is it?
You're at work, Kris Kringle. You open up a nice box of Haigs chocolate.
Yeah, as long as it's a good brand, I go the solid.
People wouldn't know Haigs. I don't even know what because
I know it definitely isn't Hershey's. That stuff tastes like diarrhea.
Terrible.
Yeah, I don't know what the good American chocolate is, but yeah, in Australia specifically.
I know that some of my American friends really like Lindt chocolate.
Yeah.
Haigs is like Lindt, but it's local to our state, although you can buy it in all the states. The factories are in our state. Yeah,
I'd say Haigs specifically, like a good brand of chocolate, is probably an 8. If it's tailored to your taste, it's a 10. But anything. If it's a box of roses, then it's a 3 at best, because it's just like, that says nothing about anything. It's just like,
I agree, roses suck.
Yeah, and that's like the typical gift. It even like almost looks like a gift box. It's like nothing like that.
Just to piss off every British person, Quality Streets.
Yeah, Quality Streets fucking garbage.
They have two good things in there.
Yeah, the rest is just trash. The rest is just,
But anyway, so that's...
Yeah, that's a good, I agree with that. Yep. Sure. Fire away.
Books in the area of interest of that person. So, for example, say you've got a person who enjoys gardening. You get them a nice fancy gardening book with like nice pictures. Or maybe they enjoy fashion, so you get one about that. Or maybe you think, oh, this person would enjoy this story, so you get them a story to read.
I think the vast amount of Christmas bought books go unread.
Do you think?
I think so. I think you're a bit confident on the books. I think it's a 6. You know what? And I'm even go as far as to say most times people have bought me a book, I haven't read it.
But we've gifted people books.
Yeah, and did they read them?
Oh, I think so.
This is the thing, you can never be sure. Reading a book is a lot of like, you not only, so your present is demanding their time as well. It's demanding that
giving them permission to take some time out for themselves.
I think it adds a layer of stress as well. The person then feels like they need to read the book before they see you next. So you might be giving them a great literary experience, but you're also giving them a stress.
Follow up then. If you gift someone a book, don't ask them about it.
Yeah, okay. So if you give someone a book and you never ask them about it again and they seem happy with it, I'd say that as an overall experience is an 8 out of 10. But if you gift someone and then you're expecting to get feedback from them, you are then sort of, the gift is almost for you. You're demanding something of the person you're supposed to be giving to. And that is like putting stress on them to read a whole book, which in this crazy workaday world can be, a bit harder than it seems. So yeah, I give the standard book giving experience a 6, but if you're just firing and forgetting, getting a book that's right on their special interest, then yeah, probably an 8.
What about when you were like between the ages of 10 to 13 and you got given every year the Guinness World Book of Records? I loved that. Our kids love that.
Yeah. I think that's just the ultimate 5 out of 10 gift. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's just like, I'll read the Guinness Book of Records. I'll flick through it once.
Do you know what stuck in my head from when we were young? Was you turned a page and it had an actual size of that dinner plate spider on the page. Do you remember that? Cool, that was like stuck in my brain. Yeah. Anyway.
No, that's good. Yeah, a book is I think a bit, the way that normal people give books normally, I think is a little bit overrated. But if you give a book with the caveats that, I give this book in the full understanding that you may never read it, and please don't feel stressed that you have to read it and give me feedback, then yeah, that's a fine present, especially if it takes into account their personality and interests. Okay. Cool.
Next one, a scent of some kind. Now, obviously the price of this varies a lot, but some kind of perfume, cologne.
I understand that I need a cologne, but I never really enjoy getting a cologne.
I gifted him that last year.
Yeah, that to me is like,
it's just a utility thing.
To me, truly, because I'd never spend money on my own on a scent, but then
that's why you have to get it gifted.
Which is why you have to get it gifted. So this is again, what was one of my examples like this from my list? Like the power bank.
No, because
it's about.
Everyone has a PowerPoint that they can just plug their stuff in.
Okay, what was one of my others? This is electric skillet to me. Like that level of...
Again, you have in your home a stove and a frying pan that does the same thing.
All I'm saying is for perfume, you may as well have just... this is perfect. I rate fragrances at the same level as getting a gift card to a shop.
Okay.
Because it's
I enjoy gift cards.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a 5 out of 10. Like, it's not... Yeah. It's very, very cool. I guess, thank you. Now I don't have to renew my stock. Because once you've got a smell, you have a smell, don't you? So mine's the Tommy one that I just have always had since I was like 16. And so when it runs out, it's almost like a bill to pay. So what you're basically doing is paying that bill, which is nice. 5 out of 10 nice, but yeah.
All right. This next one is going to feel utilitarian. But we have gifted it with great success in the past. And that's subscription for streaming. So like when Netflix was new, we got mum and dad a Netflix card, which paid for their subscription for a year. So everyone's
on these things.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And not everybody has all of them because it costs crazy amount.
Yeah.
So you could gift them and you can buy gift cards for the specific
That's actually
streaming.
not bad. Especially the weirder ones that you might have like 2 or 3 movies on, but then you never want to renew again. So if you get that for someone for a year, like what's a shit one? Like Mubi or KO or, you know, all those weird ones that maybe have like that one movie you want to watch. Yeah, that's probably not too bad. That's like,
when you've got someone who's always like, oh, I want to see this movie or that movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Bam.
Because that's the worst thing about subscriptions. You feel like you're dumb when you're not using them. You feel like why am I, this is dumb that I have this still.
It's like a luxury.
Yeah, it is. And it's almost a bit like you're paying someone's bill as well. But if you choose something that's a bit less, I mean, you could just pay for someone's Netflix for a year. They'd be like, cool, thanks. I mean, you may as well have just given me $300, but okay, thanks. Because it's Netflix. Like, is Netflix $20 a month yet? So giving someone Netflix for a year is like basically giving them $200 of cash, which I guess is nice.
See, my brain doesn't go to Netflix; it goes to the more newer ones. But that's because
Shutterbox.
Everybody's got Netflix, or maybe BritBox, or like if they've got a particular thing that they like.
Yeah, I'd like the horror movies one, but I know that I'd watch all the good horror movies on it within like a month, and then I wouldn't need it anymore. So until
probably do that in the free trial then.
But then until like a new horror movie come out, then I'd want it again. But then I've used my free trial or AMC Plus. That's such a sporadically good one that I would never want to actually pay for month to month. But so yeah, I'd give this one a 6 out of 10 because it is still very dull but practical, and I like practical.
Back in the day, it would have been like subscription magazine. So like I got gifted when our kids were really little a Gossip Mag subscription by my sister-in-law, and
that was always cool.
Loved it. I was excited when they'd come in the mail every month.
Oh, you know, I got Dinosaurs magazine. Do you remember that one? Dinosaurs, and it came with a skeleton that you'd build over there. I got a subscription for that. That was great. Yeah, cool. Subscriptions, 6 out of 10 because it's still like, you know, but again, I like a practical, pragmatic.
I am
present.
thinking off the cuff right now. But in the vein of subscriptions, what about those subscription boxes that you can get to someone's house?
No, they're shit. Every subscription box is just tat garbage.
Even if you've paid $0 for it because it's a gift.
Yeah,
cheese of the month or wine of the month. Beauty boxes used to be good, but now they're not.
I'm so against those boxes. We've got them in the knife world. We've got like battle boxes, and we've got all these different boxes, and it's just like it's just the dregs. It's dregs of stuff. I'd say no. I would rather someone just ask me what knife I wanted, or get me a card for a knife shop than sign me up for like a subscription box for my interest.
Okay.
I'd rather them just go properly, be a bit more boring, and get me something that I actually want rather than a box of tat that I might kind of like every month. Just me.
Okay. Well, my next one's a bit of a high dollar value, but compared to a $900 generator, pretty cheap.
Okay.
My thinking is a console of some kind. Such as a Switch.
Oh, yeah.
Mainly a Switch, because obviously it's quite broad. But even for people who don't necessarily play games,
it's just good to have in your house for when you have kids over.
But not only that, like maybe they just don't know what they're missing.
That's true. A
lot of adults don't realise how nice it is. So, for example, maybe I would give them a Switch and Animal Crossing. Because Animal Crossing is the most relaxing game.
With Mario Party. Like, yeah. It's like when people used to get Wiis. Back when Wiis were like a phenomenon, they were a bit of a fad.
Everyone would play it.
Yeah, everyone would have a go on the Wii. That's true. I think a game console is 10 out of 10 and always will be 10 out of 10 from like being a little kid to like, it's almost...
Maybe like even like older people. Like my mum always goes on and on and on about playing Wizard of War on the Commodore 64.
Yeah.
And if she'd have had time as consoles got better to play something different, she'll say like Dr. Mario. I reckon she would have, if she'd had the time, she would have kept playing.
Yeah. No, you're right. A game console is a 10 out of 10. So you haven't had anything under 5 yet, by my counting. So you're doing well. All your gifts are at least middle, or at least thumbs up. So
I feel like this next one you're not going to rate quite so high.
Okay. Well, not much is going to reach video game console.
Because it's, I think, more a gift for a woman.
Okay.
So photo shoot, photos, photo blanket, canvases, photo books, that kind of thing.
As I always say, like, I could go on my school photos rant right now. I think most...
But not school photos.
Yeah, I know.
School photos are shit. Everyone knows it. We all pay the money every year. It's just what you have to do.
It's like, it doesn't need to happen. The ESL at the school could just get a camera, put all the kids in front of a felt background, take everyone's photo. Why do we pay these middlemen to like go... They don't even develop the film anymore. They like just they do what we do. They plug it into the computer and print them out. It's like, get fucked. Like, and they pressure you that you feel you don't want to be the only kid who's not getting their school photos. It's just, it's a
No
scam.
one is gifting their family for Christmas a school
But
photo.
then even pro photos, I know our pro photos are nice. Yeah,
Was Grandpa ever happier than when we like would hand him a photo?
I know.
He'd traipse it around town. Maybe it's a present for your grandparents more.
It is.
If once you're a grandparent, perhaps.
And if the photos are properly nice, then yeah, you're right. For me, yeah.
I knew you would rate it low.
Well, I'm trying not to be completely from my own. I'm trying to look at these things pretty objectively.
I wasn't objective, though, so
yeah,
you don't have to be either.
I would be a bit like, if someone got us as a family, oh, we're sending you for some nice photos, I would sort of somewhat begrudgingly go, okay, that's good. Like, people are going to like these photos.
Whereas for me, I would go, that's amazing. I would love that so much.
See, then you have to go and actually get them taken and dress up for the day. Like, I don't like the whole, I'm sure I like the finished product, but I hate the process. Whereas I think girls like the process.
Well, I don't like the process, I like the product, and I know what it takes to do it. So, like, we're very lucky. We've had lots of professional photos of us as family. We've got lots of nice ones to look back on of like Basil as a kitten, like we had the dogs and our puppies.
Yeah, it's true.
The kids are in all those different ages. Not everybody has those.
It's true.
So it's a nice thing to gift someone.
I think so. Yeah, you're right. Begrudgingly, I give that a 7 because to myself, the colour would drain from my face a bit, and I'd be like, oh, I wanted a video game console. But I understand that it's a good present objectively,
and not something you would necessarily buy yourself.
Oh, shit, no. You've definitely been the instigator every time we've gone and had fancy photos taken by Ali. Every time. So yeah. Anyway, good.
Next one, t-shirts with things that the person likes on them. Like, I don't know. You like plain, so for you,
for me, it
would be plain t-shirts.
Okay.
But just in general, t-shirts.
I mean, that's so broad. Like, that's like saying food.
No, it's not.
See, because I'm this like
it would be like what you're saying is if I was to say clothes. But I'm talking about t-shirts specifically. And do you know why I picked t-shirts in particular? Because they're easier to fit.
That's true.
So, like, you can't buy someone pants because you don't know how they're going to fit. Dresses, same. Whereas t-shirts, there's a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah. I mean, true. If you just said, I've just got you 20 new as colour plain shirts, I'd be like, yeah, cool, 5 out of 10. Saves me from having to do it, right? But as much as I like your shirts, but my nightmare is wearing a shirt and then someone comes up to me and wants to engage with me in public about my shirt.
No one does that.
But I think a lot of people wear funny shirts because they want it to be a conversation starter.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know. See, anyway, that's my nightmare scenario of someone in public making a beeline for me because they see that I've got a shirt on that they like. It's like my tattoos even lately have got a couple of comments, and I thought I liked that, but I really don't. Like, it sort of makes me a bit like, oh, now I have I'm just not. I don't like talking to strangers, and I think a themed shirt makes that more likely to happen than less. Yeah. Anyway, but then again, the kind of people who would like a funny shirt probably fucking love that shit. So it's probably overall about a 7 out of 10 gift. I would love a bunch of just my shirts to save me from buying them again. But again, that's getting into like my Christmas present territory, saving the person from just like the perfume again. But this is the same as perfume.
No, because the whole thing is you've thought about the person, and it's the extra little bit of thought because you're going, actually, I know that you enjoy Iron Maiden. Or you enjoy,
okay.
That's whatever.
And that is nice. It's just through my lens, which is like my ideal shirt is one that's completely forgettable, and my ideal clothes, I would literally have this. I basically do have the same I have the same pants and the same shirts just over and over again. That's me. So for me, it's probably a 5, but I understand for the average person, it's probably a 7.
I think I'm rating higher than yours.
You are, yeah.
All right, next thing. And this is very broad, but I will explain a bit more. Experiences. So, zoo voucher, movies voucher, spa voucher. Because you're saying to that person, here, you would enjoy this. Go do this on and here you go. You don't have to feel guilty about it because here's some me paying for you to go and do XYZ thing. You think that's a burden, don't you?
You need to be so correct about what they like, because again, otherwise it's like a book. You're then seeking something from them in return. You're seeking them going and doing the thing, and then removing your burden of saying, yes, I went and did that. I liked that.
But you don't. No one's following up with people about what they've done.
But I think people feel like you're going to next time you see them, or like eventually.
I don't think people think like that.
If we get a zoo pass, do we then feel like, oh fuck, we've got to fit in, we've got to squeeze in going to the zoo in the next year? A little bit,
because then I'm like, great, we get to go to the zoo.
Whereas I'm just like,
zoo pass is an A1 gift to me.
Yeah.
It's good to have the excuse to go and do things that you wouldn't necessarily prioritise.
And you end up going and you end up enjoying it. You don't go to the zoo and be like, this sucks being at the zoo. I hate the animals, especially the meerkats. But like, so you don't do that, but you're sort of, I just feel, it makes me feel tired.
That's really sad.
It makes me feel tired, the thought of it. But then I know that when I get there, so my initial reaction would be like, and you know what it'll be like? I'll think, we got to, in my head, I'm like, cool, we'll do this in like January because I don't really want to go out and do it straight away. And isn't that like a bit telling?
No, because you have something to look forward to.
Yeah, I guess. I'm going to give this concept a 6 because I feel like you get a bit of it's expecting a bit of labour from the person. And then they have to report back to you about how it went.
As opposed to a pressure washer.
Yeah. Exactly. Like,
really? Because you have to work when you're using a pressure washer. And also,
once an experience is done, it's done. It doesn't persist. Yeah, and this is why I don't travel. This is why I don't go on holidays. Luxury. I guess, yeah. That's why I don't really travel, because I like my things to degrade over time rather than just to be, that was one day and it's done. And that is a core way my brain is wired, I think.
All right, last one.
Okay.
A quality drinking vessel. So Yetis, whether it's like a drink bottle, coffee cup, or nice glassware, that kind of thing.
So yeah, I think this is the current modern safe gift to get, because people you can have multiples, especially if you get
we have so many Yeti cups, but I still run out every now and again.
And you still enjoy getting the one in the new colour. It's completely gone by the wayside of any intention of being eco-friendly or anything. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, if you truly wanted to save the environment, you'd have one cup and that would be it. So it's nothing to do with that anymore. It has become all about consumerism. But currently, it is the like safe gift. Like it's what used to be like socks and hankies for Father's Day. Now you can just get your dad like a new Yeti cup to put somewhere, or a new clean canteen, or a new one of those other, what's that awful brand that like little
Frank
kids
Green.
like, one of those, it's that whole thing. It's the, get a new one in a new color. I'd say this is a solid 7 out of 10. Like, it's very safe, but people generally like getting them still. And they go, oh, especially if you know which brand they like, people generally broadcast which ones they like. And if you get them a new one, especially with a new color, then pretty good. Yeah.
So that's the end of my list.
Okay.
I feel like people would enjoy most of those.
You're right. None of those are bad gifts. I think a lot of them wouldn't match me specifically, but I feel like I tried to rate them from an objective point of view rather than, because some of those things initially made me just go like, no, please don't get me that. But yeah, like the ones that I'm like, please don't get me that are probably the subscriptions to streaming. I probably would just buy the movie on my own, that sort of thing. I would like bath bombs. I like the chocolate. You mean if you just got me, see the books, right? I would just prefer a voucher, because unless you really know exactly what I'm after.
What if I've read something that I just think that you would absolutely love?
It's so hard. This is like recommending someone a podcast.
Yeah.
Are they going to? Yeah, but what do you reckon the ratio is for podcasts recommended to podcasts listened to?
It depends how well the person knows you.
Yeah. Like, I probably get recommended 3 podcasts a week from someone, whether it's my friends in America or anywhere. And I would listen to one of those new ones. There was a one about movies that I started listening to, and there's one that Kate just told us about, and that's it. And otherwise, again, it's a lot of like labor on the other person. Yeah, tough. I don't know. Okay. The gaming console is the best present on this list. Like, there is no with long. I think unless you're over 50, maybe you wouldn't want a gaming console. That is the cutoff generation for video games now. People 50.
But I would argue that they could enjoy it.
But to them, it would be a bit like a one of the presents. To them, the rating would drop pretty drastically. But anyone under 50, I think, a new game console that they don't have, especially, pretty good. Like, especially if it's one that's back when PS5s were hard to come past, you'd hear people get PS5s for gifts. You'd just be like, "You lucky bastard, you lucky bastard." And yeah, so that's definitely a baller move. The photo shoot, I wouldn't want that as a gift. I would rather we just did that, But again,
we would never just do it if I
So all I'm saying is, please never get me a photo shoot for Christmas.
Totally getting you a photo shoot this Christmas.
So don't get me that for Christmas. I think the next thing I would, as neutral as I was on it, I would literally like a huge box of these t-shirts. That would make me happy, like just to not have to do that for a while again. Experiences, yeah, I'm still sticking by it. Feels like emotional labor that you're expecting in return for those, but okay. And yeah, Yetis, cups like that, always safe. So overall, I give your list a 7 out of 10. Like in terms of,
I'll take it,
because I think you felt like my list would have been about a 5 out of 10. So it's very likely that you've won with, especially the viewers. Although bit of a sausage fest out there. A lot of guys liking generators in the comments. I did notice. So, but anyway, a good let's leave our own echo chambers every now and then and hear what the other side of the world is thinking too. So I guess that's what this is all about.
Basic bitch list.
Well, there was no live, laugh, love signs on there or anything like that.
Yeah,
there was
didn't write home decor.
No candles. Fucking candles.
I do love candles.
I was really expecting candles, but I assume you've written
candles are too, like, again, luxury thing. Like, I got my mum one for her birthday recently. I feel like candles have become more and more, like, they're always expensive, but they're more so now.
But those candles you got from Kmart the other day,
they're just fine.
They smell as good as the fancy ones, and so it's like
$12.
It's a brand thing. It's like how, I guess, the same with anything. You can get like a branded double wall drink bottle that probably holds the water as good as a Yeti does, but it's not $60; it's $12. So that's, I guess, just another one of those things. I was expecting candles, I really was, because I thought you were going to have the list more tailored to what you would want. But
I do love candles. I would always be happy with a candle.
I'd be so upset if someone got me a candle.
Totally getting you.
I'd call Lifeline.
Birthday's coming up.
I'd call Lifeline if you got me a candle. It'd be terrible. It'd be so, especially if that was all I got. Oh my god, I'm devastated. All right. Any other thoughts, or is that the end of the video?
I think that's it. Happy Christmas shopping, everyone. It's fucking depressing.
People are like, it's not Christmas yet in the comments. I'm like, I'm sorry to say, but now is the time to be buying a Christmas present. It's like,
you have to.
You have to. Otherwise, you're going to end up rushing and it's horrible. So now is the time to be able to approach Christmas in a dignified, sort of slower burn way, rather than having it just, this is why everyone
got money to drop everything all at once.
Exactly. Don't you have to, like, it's what we have to do. You buy like one present a fortnight for like the 8 weeks before Christmas. That's what you got to do. I don't know. That's how it goes with us anyway. All right. Well, I'll leave it at that. Thanks you for your input. I think that was pretty good.
Oh, I just hit my microphone again. Sorry.
Well, we'll see you all in the next one, friends. Back to some more traditional knife content very soon.
Bye.
Bye.